Welcome back to Explaining Everything, the channel where we dive into the stories and mysteries behind everyday things. Today's question comes from one of our curious viewers, Pixelated Penguin 1098. Thanks for the suggestion, Penguin. You asked, how did clowns become a part of birthday parties? Let's be honest, clowns are a choice. One day, kids were just having regular birthday parties with cake and pin the tail on the donkey. Then suddenly, there was a grown man in oversized shoes honking a horn in the living room. How did we let this happen? Was there a vote? Who is responsible for unleashing clowns onto innocent children's parties? Today, we're unraveling the mystery of how circus performers with painted faces and rubber noses somehow became the official entertainment of birthday parties. Right here on Explaining Everything. The idea of clowns goes way, way back. Ancient Egypt, China, and Rome all had their own versions of clowns, court jesters, street performers, and people whose entire job was to make powerful leaders laugh. If they failed, well, sometimes they died, which really raised the stakes on telling a good joke. Fast forward to the 1800s, and clowns were becoming something closer to what we recognize today. One of the first famous clowns was Joseph Grimaldi, a British performer who invented the classic white face makeup and exaggerated expressions. People loved his slapstick humor, but behind the scenes, his life was rough. Like most clowns, he suffered a lot for his art, which is possibly the most depressing sentence ever written about comedy. Then came the circus clowns, big, colorful, and over-the-top performers who could make an entire audience laugh without saying a word. They were part acrobat, part comedian, and part guy who is definitely going to get hit in the face with a pie. Clowns had officially become mainstream entertainment, but at this point, they were still contained inside the circus tent. Nobody was inviting them over for birthday cake. So, how did we go from clowns being circus exclusive to them showing up in people's homes? The answer is good, old-fashioned business sense. In the early 20th century, as the concept of children's birthday parties became more elaborate, some performers saw an opportunity. Instead of making families come to the circus, why not bring the circus to them? Clowns started doing private performances, offering tricks, juggling, and slapstick humor tailored for kids. But the real game changer was television. In the 1950s and 60s, kid-friendly clowns started appearing on TV, most famously Bozo the Clown. Bozo was a phenomenon. He wasn't a creepy, mysterious circus figure. He was a lovable, goofy character with his own children's show. Parents saw Bozo and thought, "Oh, clowns are fun and harmless. Let's hire one for little Timmy's party." That's when the floodgates opened. Magicians and puppeteers had some competition, and clowns became one of the go-to birthday entertainment choices. They were funny, they were relatively cheap to hire, and, most importantly, they could keep kids occupied for an hour while parents took a break. If we're talking about clowns infiltrating childhoods, we have to talk about Ronald McDonald. In the 1960s, McDonald's launched Ronald McDonald as their new mascot. He wasn't just a guy in clown makeup, he was a marketing machine. And what did McDonald's start offering? Birthday parties. Suddenly, clowns weren't just an entertainment choice, they were the entertainment choice. Parents were already taking their kids to McDonald's, So why not just throw the whole birthday party there? It was convenient, it was cheap, and the only thing you had to clean up afterward was your child's inevitable sugar crash. Ronald McDonald wasn't juggling or doing magic tricks, but he reinforced the idea that clowns and birthday parties belonged together. By the 70s and 80s, hiring a birthday clown was just as normal as buying a cake. Then things started to take a turn. At some point, clowns stopped being just funny and started being unsettling. Pop culture played a big role in this. In 1986, Stephen King's It introduced Pennywise, a clown who didn't make balloon animals. He just ate children. Then came Killer Clowns from Outer Space, followed by the Dark Knight's version of the Joker. The message was clear. Clowns weren't always here to entertain you. Sometimes they were here to haunt you. Then came the real-life clown panic. In 2016, people in creepy clown costumes started showing up in random places at night, just standing there. Nobody knew why. Some thought it was a prank. Others thought it was a guerrilla marketing stunt. But either way, it was a terrible time to be a birthday clown. Parents started questioning whether clowns were actually fun or just weird. Birthday trends shifted toward princess parties, superheroes, and magicians. Clowns weren't gone, but they were struggling. So, how did clowns become a part of birthday parties? It started with circus performances, got a massive boost from TV clowns like Bozo, and then was cemented by Ronald McDonald's birthday party empire. For a while, clowns were the entertainment choice for kids. But thanks to pop culture and some real-life creepiness, they lost their hold on the birthday party industry. Whether you love clowns, fear them, or just don't understand them, one thing is certain. They've had a wild ride. They went from beloved to terrifying in just a few decades, and now they're somewhere in between. If you enjoyed this video and have been traumatized by a clown before on your own birthday party, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, if you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for tuning in, and join us next time here in the channel that answers all the why, what, who, where, and how questions you've always wondered about, here on Explaining Everything.